Wow, my arch nemesis, Jonathan Clements, previously of Wall Street Journal fame, lately, I'm not sure if he's still there, of creative planning, author of the website humbledollar.com, has written an article that sounds almost part and parcel to what your old buddy Josh has been saying for many a moon, that get rid of bonds. Mark sent me this link. He said basically, hey, sounds like people are more and more falling in line with what you've been saying, Josh, about the getting rid of bonds. Mark says he went to, he's now in Ginnie Mae, which I think is, again, a great move. Anyway, so Humble Dollar, Jonathan Clements. Now, you might not know Jonathan Clements. Let me just give you some background. Back in 98, or was it 99, I think, when did they get rid of Bogle? I was at Vanguard. Was it 98 or 99? Anyway, Bogle had just turned 65 years old. And the Vanguard board of directors was trying to force him out because he was too old. Silly. Vanguard's company. Jack Brennan was the CEO. And let's just put it this way, there's no love lost there. Now, look, I'm just a schmuck at Vanguard. You know, I was one step above, basically the receptionist, if that makes sense. So, but at Vanguard, that's that's where you start out, unless you have some notable people at Vanguard who can hire you. Very interesting how politics always plays a role, even with the most progressive companies out there. Well, anyway, so I had emailed Jonathan Clements back. I can't remember what he had written an article. I forgot what it was. And I emailed him, and out of nowhere, Jonathan Clements, he didn't respond back, but I guess he kept me in his little email list, because out of nowhere he had emailed me and said, hey, what's going on with Vanguard with the Bogle controversy? And I didn't email him. I emailed him back and said, I don't know. No one tells us anything, and I'm not sure I'd be feeling comfortable sharing that with you anyway. And it was funny because I told my mom that, and she was very proud of me for not, biting. She didn't trust the media as far as she could kick them. She was proud of me for as well not trusting him and not giving him any info that he could use against my employer. But I just found it funny. Of course, he never responded back to me from that. He's trying to use his contacts for personal gain. But I always remember that, and I said, it's kind of underhanded, I thought. But long story short, I didn't like Jonathan Clements when he wrote an article about time to end the advisor's 1% fee, and then he threw in with creative planning, which charges 1% fee. I said, yeah, everybody's got a price, man. Hell, I know I got a price. I mean, that's a fact. We all do. I don't know what my price is, to be honest with you, but I know I have one. You know why? Because we all do. Well, so Jonathan Clements writes a blog called The Humble Dollar. And actually, I agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I just can't stand the antipathy, is that the right word? No, the hostility, I guess, to the financial advisory industry. And the reason I say it is because, look, as much as I can bash the industry because I live in the industry. I've been in it for a long, long time. Jonathan Clements hasn't been an advisor ever. He's from England, for heaven's sake. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know what American advisors go through. He doesn't know the regulatory environment that we have to deal with, that if you don't make a sale, you can put out the pastor in 6 months. He doesn't know what it's like to be an advisor in this insane world. And so for him just to sit there and essentially insinuate that all advisors are scumbags, it's almost like the Antifa, ACAB. Jonathan Clements is AAAB, AAAB. All advisors are Bs. So Jonathan Clements, AAAB. And just like the Antifa scumbag saying ACAB, Jonathan Clements is wrong there too. It's insane. Because most advisors are freaking good. I don't like the way they charge. I wish more would be upfront in their fee disclosure on their websites and stuff. I don't know any advisors out there. I'm sure there's some, because there's always some bad apples in every industry. And all you got to do is look at the Catholic priesthood to see that for a freaking part and parcel. But most advisors are truly doing their best to serve their clients, and they're trying to make a little bit of money too. I don't have any qualm with that. Again, I wish they'd be a little bit more forthright in their fee structure, but be it as it may, the advisor industry is populated by a lot of righteous folks. Jonathan Clements and what's her name, Jane Bryant Quinn, and the other lady, Susie Orman, would act like advisors are nothing but snake oil salesmen. It's just wrong. But they're never held accountable. So out of nowhere, Jonathan Clements says, yeah, because yields on bonds are so low, you should get rid of bonds. Now, the interesting thing in this, I could not disagree with this more. He's saying if you're still working, you might want to own treasury bonds because if the economy crashes, they have a spike, and then you could sell them and to buy stocks. Because he says if the economy crashes, stock market will go down, stock market goes down, people go to bonds, drive up the price of bonds. All right, so you're going to hang in bonds waiting for that if to happen. There's no evidence that happens all the time, but in any terms of timely fashion, you know, in times of chaos, all things go to treasuries, that's for sure. Will they jump up 50%? No, especially with these yields this low. It's just silly. But be it as it may, he is now on the get out of bonds, perspective, which I like. He, though, goes on to argue in favor of fixed annuities, immediate annuities. And I just don't think that's a good, oh, dude, you drinking that? I don't think that's a good proposition. Look, I like immediate annuities. I like fixed annuities, frankly. I don't like variable annuities, but I like fixed annuities. I do. But I don't think tying up your money without any liquidity to get a 5% payout yield, which is not an interest rate. It's not an interest rate. It's what you're getting back from your principal with a little bit of interest based on two things: mortality credits, how long you're going to live, and current interest rates. So the younger you are when you do an immediate annuity, the less they're going to pay out because the insurance company has to pay out longer. They think you're going to survive longer. The younger you are, the lower the interest rates, the less you're going to get. Only makes sense because the interest rates are so low for the insurance company to take your deposit you're giving them to invest it in bonds, which is exactly what insurance companies do. So, but you know, they're not getting 10% yields on bonds. They're getting the same yields you are. And so because of that, they have to give you a low payout on your immediate annuity because you're older, you're younger. They think you're going to be around for a long time. Thus, they're going to pay you less because they have to pay you for a longer time, and the interest rates are so low. And so for basically in this day and age with the low interest rates, it's going to take 20 years for you to make any money on an immediate annuity. So I'm not a fan of that at all. When you could just lock it in into a CD, or hell, just even a money market account, and just draw off your principal each and every year without sacrificing liquidity. And if interest rates rise, you'll be the beneficiary of that. If interest rates stay low, well, you'll be right back to where you were the immediate annuity as long as you don't survive 20 years. But Josh, you could survive 20 years. Yeah, you could. But you also have liquidity in the interim as well. So welcome aboard, Jonathan Clements. Appreciate you seeing some light here. And finally, people are starting to realize the absurdity of looking at bonds like they were paying anything similar to the past, because they're not, and they won't. So welcome aboard. All right, we'll see you. Thanks for the email, Mark.